Hey, welcome. This is Nancy, and we are in Intro to Photoshop, and we're working in Chapter 3 in our textbook, Exploring Adobe Photoshop CS6 with CC Enhancements. And I'm going to do just just do a couple of demos, bringing you into the exercise that's due for this chapter, and then I'll have you do the remainder by yourself. But just to kind of get you started and help you out in terms of finding maybe some of the panels and so forth that you may be looking for. All right, so the first thing is that we've opened it already. It's 3L3, so you want 3L1. So you want to navigate to where your data files are and open the data file called 3L1, and then you're going to save that as 3L1 underscore your name. And then the first thing that you need to do is create some space in which to play. So we're going to go to Image, Canvas Size, and then we are going to set the dimensions. So we're going to go to Image, you want to go to Canvas Size, and it's supposed to be 18 inches by 24, and they said 24 feet. I'm thinking they probably mean 24 inches. I'm just going to leave it as is and then click OK. And what you can see is the canvas is added around her. The length or the height is still the same, but the width is changed, made wider. Now, in order to put a background in this image, the current background layer, which is locked by default, and these are always locked by default, you know, when you bring up your layers panel, there's a little lock icon, needs to be turned into a normal layer. So from a locked background layer, we're going to turn it into a normal layer. And the way that we're going to do that is double-click the background layer in the Layers panel and rename it as Statue. Okay. So, that time my double-click worked. Do you have any idea how many times I've tried to make that work? That was a blessing. All right, so now we're going to rename this Statue. And then click OK. And you'll see what happens as the background layer changed to Statue and it's no longer locked. So now we're going to go to File, Open, and locate the Cheetah PSD file. And that's in the Assets folder, where we were just a moment ago, but in the Assets folder. So I'm going to go to File and Open. And we're going to navigate out to where our Chapter 3 lessons are. We're going to look in the Assets folder, and we're going to look for Cheeto. Cheetah. Cheetos, my mind is on food, and imagine that. All right, now we're going to unhide the layer named Original. So you can see the amount of retouching that was done to the image to make it usable for this lesson. Believe it or not, almost everything required in that preparation is something you've already done back in the Chapter 1 lesson. We're going to hide the original layer and highlight the background layer. I'm going to hide the original, so you're going to click on the eye icon, which indicates layer visibility. Now that's hidden. And then we're going to highlight, which is just click on the background layer. We're going to select the magic wand from the Tools panel. So we're going to go over here to the Tools panel. Your Tools panel is probably over here, so we're going to go over here, and we want the magic wand. The quick key tool, the quick key for that tool is a W for wand. And now we're going to use the magic wand to select the background. So I'm going to click just once. And by isolating something, and in this instance we're talking about the cheetah, it's sometimes easier to do so by selecting the background around it. So we're going to click in the white area around the cheetah, and you'll see that the majority of white is selected. The part between their legs, the cheetah's legs, will not be selected. So I want you to hold down the Shift key and add that little area of white, and then this area of white as well. So you should have all of the white in the image selected. Then you're going to do a Select Inverse. And now we're going to go to Edit and copy this cheetah in the clipboard, and then we're going to paste it into our other image. But for right now, we're just going to do Command if you're on a Mac, Control if you're on a PC, C, and that's going to copy that cheetah, put it out in your clipboard. And then we can close this cheetah out and we don't have to save anything. Don't save. Right, then we're going to get into our original image, and we're going to go to Edit and Paste. And you'll see that the cheetah is now in front of the statue. Photoshop automatically adds a new layer, which you can see that here. For the cheetah, we're going to double click on that layer. I don't want layer. Just cancel. We're going to rename it cheetah. So after pasting the cheetah, we renamed the new layer that Photoshop added, which we've done. While the cheetah layer is still highlighted in the Layers panel, we're going to go to the Edit menu and select Free Transform. So you're going to go up to here under Edit and choose Free Transform. Now you can't see that because it's blown up so closely, so I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so you're going to be able to see that. Now that I'm zoomed out, and you'll notice that I got the Z or the zoom tool, and I pressed either Alt if you're on a PC or Option if you're on a Mac, and that changes it from a zoom out versus zoom out from a zoom in. Then we're going to go again to Edit, Free Transform, and you'll see the bounding box with the 8 control handles. We're going to click on the upper left corner, and then we're going to hold down the Shift key because that's going to resize it proportionally, height to width. And we're going to reduce the size of the cheetah. And you want to stop when he's about half his original size. Let me see what it actually looks like. Oh. All right, I guess I can't see. I'm going to make him just a little bit smaller. And then if you double click inside the bounding box, that automatically applies that transformation. Now we're going to click the check mark in the control panel. So if you go up to the control panel, I'll show you where you can do that. Well, actually, since I've already double clicked, it's not going to give that option, but let's see if I can do this again. We're going to go to Edit and Transform, or Free Transform. And there should be a little check mark in here that allows you to commit to that transformation, which is right over here. So again, you can double click or you can click on this, and that does the same thing. It commits to the size that you just transformed that to. All right, now we are going to, and that also, if you hit enter or return, that will make the placed image permanent in this image or in this document, which is kind of like embed, basically. Same thing as embed. It makes it a permanent part of this file, which on the good side is that it is easy. It files, when you save this file, the cheetah stays with it. If you were to keep it as a placed file, then it would not, kind of like Illustrator. Okay. So now we're going to add a dramatic background to the scene, and I'm going to leave this out so you can see it. We're going to go to File and Place. And you have the opportunity here to do either Place Linked or Place Embedded. So I'm going to do Place Linked. and we are going to look for the sunrise. We're going to place it. And then just as pasting something into a Photoshop file adds a new layer, so does placing an image, and you'll see that there as well. It also names the new layer for you as well, which is sunrise. The placed image is selected. You see that by the bounding box. And this is called a floating selection. To make it permanent, you use any one of the steps in option 7, which was again either double click on it or come up here and find that checkbox. And since we double clicked the last time, let's go up here and find the check and click on it, and you'll see that it now becomes a permanent part of that file. Alright, to make this image the background, we're going to click and drag the sunrise layer to the bottom of the layers panel. So again, we're going to come over here, and I somehow lost my layers. Here they are. So we are going to click on this layer and we're going to drag it to the bottom of the layers panel. And it now becomes, well, it is the background layer. You can't see it because we've got some other stuff going on around it. And you'll see in number 12 it says, oops, it disappeared. That's an easy fix. We're going to highlight the statue layer. Come over here and highlight the statue layer. I'm going to try to get this smaller again so we can see both the layers as well as the image, as well as the instructions there. We're going to select the magic wand. And then we're going to click anywhere in the white space around the statue to select it. And we're going to hit the delete key. And there comes part of the background information. And then we're going to delete the white background surrounding the statue. No, purple background. We've already deleted the white. Well, I guess it's not time to do that yet, right? Alright, so using the select menu, we're going to deselect the background. So we're going to go up here under select and do deselect. And we're going to do a command or control S. And you just click through these compatibility options. And I think I probably kept you for about 15 or 20 minutes already. So I'm going to have you finish out this exercise on your own. If you have any questions or need to have me do another demo for you, please feel free to email, text, or instant message me. I'd be happy to do it. Thanks, guys. See you in a little bit.